I'm Amy, sitting down today with Andy Crouch, author of The Good Beer Guide to New England, and we are here for the beer.
Welcome to HereForTheBeer.com. We are in 40 Putney Road, our bed and breakfast in Brattleboro, Vermont. And we have a special guest staying at the inn tonight, Andy Crouch, beer writer and author of The Good Beer Guide to New England. So he agreed to sit and do a quick video with us. Thanks a lot. We appreciate that.
Good beer.
So Andy, tell us a little bit about your book.
I published The Good Beer Guide to New England a couple of years ago, and when I moved to New England about 8 years ago, I wanted some sort of directory of the local places, breweries, brew pubs, good beer bars throughout New England, and there just really wasn't one. I wanted something I could just, have dog-eared, throw it in my ar, go on some trips. If I, ended up in a town where I wanted a, good beer, I wanted to know when it opened, where it was located. So there wasn't a book, so I wrote one.
Fantastic. We're so glad you did. So Andy, you've been all over New England. Which is your favorite state?
Vermont, which is one of my favorite states for beer, and probably in New England is easily my favorite state. There's just a lot of eclectic character in the state for brewers, from Ray McNeil himself, who is the genesis of many, many stories and has made great beer in New England for a very long time, to Paul Saylor up in Burlington, and to just across this whole state. There's a lot of fantastic beer being made, and New England is filled with characters, and it's a great opportunity to get out and really enjoy some easy beer travels. Unlike a lot of regions in this country that are just so big and so difficult to travel, here, no matter where you live, within an hour or so of where you're at, there are probably a handful of good beer places that you can do on an easy day trip if you don't have time to make a weekend out of it. But I recommend you try to spend as much time as you can getting around.
If you do have time to make a weekend of it, don't forget about us here at 40 Putney Road Bed and Breakfast. We promise to have a cozy bed waiting for you and lots of beer. So you've been to a lot of breweries and pubs. You must have come across some unique, probably really neat places. Which one stands out the most in your mind?
At sort of the end of one of the trips we did for Western Massachusetts, we went to, there was a place that had been open only a few months. I'd heard very little about it, called the Opo Brewing Company, and it's in Southampton. We walked in and we were immediately dumbstruck by the place because what we knew is that it was run by two Greek brothers. What we didn't know is that they ran it in their frame of mind of what the classic American pub would be in sort of the West, and the Old West. And so you walk in and it's a mixture of Old West and Old Hollywood. So it's almost an Elizabeth Taylor era, 1950s, 1960s, mixed with the Old West. And so you walk in and everything is cowboy themed, everyone is cowboy dressed, but it runs right up to the edge of tacky and then retreats. And so it was sort of brilliant, where a lot of places would do that and you just be like, this is a Bennigan's on steroids and it's just terrible. We walked in and we sat down and we were immediately charmed by it. The best part about it is that not only were the people great, was the story great, was the decor great, was the food fantastic, but the beer was great. And that was so completely surprising, and as a jaded beer writer, as somebody who thought he had seen pretty much everything that New England could throw at him for beer, I was shocked by the whole thing. We walked away thinking this was just a fantastic find for beer in New England, and it was a place that they had actually, at some point in the past, had shot an old Elizabeth Taylor movie had been shot, and I can't recall the name, but it's in my book, so you'll have to go out and buy the book to learn more about the details of this story. And it's available on Amazon and at local bookstores everywhere.
And I'm sure we'll have a link on HereForTheBeer.com.
But it was just it was one of those things that sort of rejuvenated your interest in the subject, and it just showed you that you never know all that there is to know about beer and all there is to know about the people, and it just keeps you interested.
Well, there you go. From great beer to themed brew pubs. Thank you so much, Andy, for coming out today. We really appreciate your time, and we hope you continue to stay here for the beer.
Thank you.
Am I late? Did I miss it?
Yeah, you missed it. It's
well,
over.
I still got the beer. McNeil's, what is this? The Pullman's Porter. We really appreciate you coming out, Andy, and we're glad you chose to stay with us here at 40 Putney Road. I guess now
Cheers.
it's time to drink. Cheers.
All right.